So in India, in Calcutta, is considered the most extreme place of poverty in the world, in what Christians refer to as something called a 1040 window. It's based on the latitude and longitude of a section of the world if you look at a map. And I don't have that for you today. I'm just trying to share with you some things that I learned that I find people find very interesting about India. So we've already discussed the religious affiliation on job applications, and not being a certain religious affiliation can affect the type of job that you get, at least as of 1999. So we're going back quite a while. And villages. We'll talk about the villages and the countryside. Normally, we took a bus to get wherever we needed to go. And roads there are not like roads here. That's one of the things I appreciated most when I came back to the United States, was federally paved highways instead of bumpy, lumpy dirt roads that escort you among green hills. And often, actually, when I would look out the windows to the beautiful countryside, India is just absolutely gorgeous, southern India. We were located near a large town of over 1 million people. It is known as Hyderabad, and that's in southern India, near Kannur. And a lot of people there don't just speak Hindi, they speak Telugu. So if like us, when you are going on a religious or mission-based trip, we were given materials in Hindi, but largely in Telugu, and then also in a language that starts with a K, which I cannot recall at this time, which is also a spoken language. Now, if we're talking about dialect, the Sanskrit, the written Sanskrit is considered, holy. It's their scriptures. Hindu scriptures are in Sanskrit, and I believe the higher caste you are and the more educated you are, you would be more aware of Sanskrit or be able to speak Sanskrit. And it's my understanding that if you were coming in as a stranger into that land and you are speaking Sanskrit, people are going to look at you a little different, because that means you care. You've done some studying. And before I went on this trip, the organization that I was with is one of excellence, and they provide you a cassette tape, front and back, of common sayings and religious sayings that you can use to share Jesus Christ with people, share the gospel of Jesus Christ according to the New Testament. And no other book that we used. We didn't use the Book of Mormon. We're not Mormon. We just used the New Testament or the Old Testament. And so we would have translations via tracts, very short little ones. And also we were encouraged to memorize the tapes that were given to us usually 3 or 4 weeks before the trip, so that we actually have something to say to people in their own language to respect them. And for anyone going overseas, that's the first thing I suggest, is if you don't already know how to say hello and say goodbye and thank you and you're welcome, and my name is, what's your name? That's the first thing you need to find out from people. Write it down, butcher it all you want, but people are going to love you. And they're going to smile, and it's going to form a connection immediately with people that they see that you're trying, that you want to learn your language. Now, some interesting customs about India. I am a left-handed female. I am not ambidextrous, except in some sports. Barely. Basketball is one of them. I usually shoot with my right, not with my left. I find it more comfortable. And in baseball, I prefer to hit towards from right to left, not left to right. But otherwise, I am left-handed. Born and raised that way. But in India, the left hand is not used, at least in the villages in southern India, and I think in the more poverty regions. You will never, ever raise your hand with the left. And notice that I'm not showing you my palm. I'm showing you the outside of my hand. And there are specific reasons for this that have to do with hygiene and what the left hand is used for in hygiene purposes. And when you invite people to come with you or follow you in the villages in particular, now I don't know if in the city people are a little more advanced, but this is, again, this is 1999. We were taught if we want people to come. I think it might have been Rundy. I get the languages mixed up. Come. I'm not showing you my palm. I'm showing you this, and I'm inviting you. And I'm doing it not with my left hand, but I'm doing it with my right, which is not the unholy hand. So for a left-handed person, I think I was maybe I was insulted, but I was just like, no big deal. I was just like, that's funny, but whatever, that's fine. And I respected that. And women would usually talk to women. Men would usually talk to men. And then, it didn't matter if you were a man or a woman, you talked to children. And those were some of the rules and specifications of the organization I went with to respect and protect the people there.